everyone, Zeddy here again with another Festival Legends card review. We have some pretty insane Demon Hunter cards and yeah, we got Warrior cards. Warrior saved? I don't know about that. They got some rifts. We'll take a look at it as I'm just like, what are we doing with Warrior? I just... Again, we'll get into those cards if you want to win some of them. You know, maybe they are good. We'll see. And all the other class cards and like Millhouse and all of that. We have a giveaway going on for two regular pre-orders out of my pocket, 3 mega bundles. All you have to do to enter is like and comment on the video description below. Be subscribed to the channel. Every 1,000 subs until all the cards are revealed, which I believe is on the 30th. I will add another mega bundle. We're already halfway through the next 1,000. Hit that sub button. Make me go broken. Well, let's start off with the Demon Hunter cards, and then we'll get into those amazing, juicy, yeah, they're Warrior cards, all right. Anyways, Eye of Shadow, a 2-mana 2/3 demon for Demon Hunter. How thematic, they get demons. And yeah, your hero has lifesteal. River Croc's Crying in the Quarter. It's a 2-mana 2/3. And yeah, that's good when you have a big attack buff. You get a bunch of healing. Goes very well with a legendary spell we'll take a look at in a bit. But honestly, this card has bigger implications in Wild, where you have Il'gynoth, which transfers your lifesteal to face damage, where you can just play a ton of attack buffs. You don't even need lifesteal, and you can just kill your opponent, which there might be implications for that. In Standard, I mean, it's a big heal in certain situations. There's not a ton of great weapon buffs that I can think of off the top of my head, but overall, it's not a terrible card. I don't see it as anything amazing. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5 in Standard, 3 out of 5 in Wild, because you never know with Il'gynoth shenanigans. Philosophy's a card where you can, well, you don't really want to copy this. It doesn't double the lifesteal's not amazing, but you got like Moarg and all of that. There's possibilities for maybe a combo DH to work, and there's a lot more mana cheat that I'm aware of, at least, present there, so look out for that. We have the Glaive Tar, a 4-mana 4/2 weapon, so premium like attack stats, 4 weapon, 4 Demon Hunter, and I think this card is really, really good. It has Death Rattle, draw 1 card, but it improves for every outcast card you play. They don't need to be outcast like at all. Like you don't have to be on the left or right. As long as you play them, you'll improve this card. And most outcast cards in current Standard are pretty cheap. Outcast DH is getting more support this set, and I mean, just the 1-mana 2/1 rush that discounts another outcast card. Just think about how fast this can stack, where you're drawing, like, you're dealing 8 damage, and then you're probably drawing, I think on average, like 3, 5, 6 cards. Like, that's a lot of cards while dealing damage. And Outcast DH, believe it or not, is not that far off in either Standard or Wild. Hell, in Wild it's even better, where I'd say it's like a tier 2 or 3 deck. I just think this card dealing that much damage and drawing that many cards, although you do, and you don't have to like empty your hand, right? Like a lot of the card draw for DH right now requires you to empty your hand. This doesn't. You just play a bunch of Outcast cards, although you'll need to empty your hand to make room, of course. I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5 in Standard, a 3 out of 5 in Wild. I think it's a really good card that has potential to see play. We have the Instrument Smasher, a 4-mana 3/6 epic minion, no tribes. It's not like a demon or anything like that. However, whenever your weapon is destroyed, equip a random Demon Hunter weapon. And the way I see this card working, you play like the 1-mana weapon that like adds a random outcast card to your hand, like the cheap garbage weapon, and then on 4 you play this, you break that weapon, and then all of a sudden you can high roll like the weapon we just took a look at. You can high roll the it's not a legendary weapon, but you can get like that 7-mana cleave weapon. Like that's insane. It like deals 5 and can kill a bunch of stuff. I see this as like a scam card, another scam card this set, I know, but there is like implications for it to be okay. And at like the end of the day, the worst you're looking at is probably like 3 attack as like your weapon you got back up, which again isn't bad. These cards have almost never ever seen play. Cards that like give your weapon, like evolve them or transform them. There was that pirate that re-equipped a weapon that saw playing like Bomb Warrior, because you just get Wrench Caliber a bunch. But typically these cards haven't seen play, but the high roll of this card is pretty damn high, and the low roll just doesn't seem like that big a negative. I'm gonna give it a 3. I think this could actually see play in like an aggro, mid-range, just annoying deck that just keeps smashing you in the face, and then they sometimes will high roll a big weapon. I'll give it a 3 in Standard, 2 in Wild, where I think that's too slow. But look out. I don't think this is as bad as it might look on paper. It's not a warrior card, right? And then lastly, we have Going Down Swinging, the Emo Demon Hunter cards. 5 mana, give your hero +2 attack and immune this turn, then attack each enemy minion. So you have a weapon equipped already. It'll get a buff. You can play other buffs. And it is important to note your weapon will break per hit. So you can't like milk that for each hit. But yeah, this is a pretty good pseudo board clear. Like, and you can couple it with that demon and get a bunch of lifesteal, possibly. I don't think it's the sexiest card in the world. It's not the most game-breaking card in the world, but it's a really solid AoE that maybe leads to other scams and gives you +2 attack, because I imagine since it forces you to attack each enemy minion, you can probably attack face afterwards, I would think, but maybe I'm wrong on that one. I just think it's a solid card. I don't think it's amazing, but I think it sees play in like a Relic DH, more of those like maybe a mid-range style, Fel style type of deck. Maybe a big Demon Hunter just needs that clear to help with things. I'll give it a 3 in Standard, 2 in Wild. I'm not blown away by it in any means, but I don't think it's a bad card. And in Wild, you Mayor Noggin Fogger. Somehow Mark will cheat out Mayor, get a bunch of buffs, go down swinging, and hope to hit face. I'm looking forward to that video. It certainly better happen. And then the Warrior cards. They're a bunch of riffs. They're great, including Verse Riff. Give your hero +2 attack this turn, gain 2 armor for 2 mana. If this card seems familiar, it's Claw for Druid, which was a classic card, I think, and it costs 1 mana. However, Finale, play your last riff, and that's what these cards are all about. You absolutely have to get these finales to get value, because there's expensive ones that you can recast. It will recast any riff that you last played. I don't believe it counts itself. I could be wrong. I don't believe if you verse riff, you get the verse riff, because that would be itself, right? I believe it's the last one. So yeah, the first one sucks. Like, it's going to suck. And it just feels like, man, what are they doing with Warrior? Why is everything situational and clunky for Warrior? It's just like every time, right? Every Warrior card. And I don't know, we have the legend, so far all we have for Warrior is spells, and one of the legendary spells is about buffing your minions. So I don't know. I'm gonna give this a 2 out of 5 in Standard, a 1 in Wild. I don't see this seeing play ever in Wild. And we'll look at the other riffs. It does make this a lot better, particularly the 6 mana one, but it's just like, why do I have to jump through hoops with every Warrior card to try and make things work when every other class just gets cards that are just good? Why can't Warrior just get good cards? We'll skip that one for a second. We have the Chorus Riff, a 3 mana riff spell, draw a minion, give it +2/+2. Again, pretty underwhelming. Finale, play your last riff. So you have 3 mana left over. You will draw 2 minions. Give them +2/+2 if this was your last riff, or you get +2 attack, or the one we briefly saw there. So again, not amazing, but okay. But if you double up the effect, and it's like, all right, that's okay. You know, I doubled the effect, and it's still 2 out of 5 in Standard, 1 out of 5 in Wild. Again, I don't know what the hell they're doing with Warrior. I'm literally at a loss for words. And let's look at the 6 mana one. Obviously the one you want to play again, which is Bridge Riff, which is 6 mana. So if you played this and played another riff, then you get this again, which is summon a 3/4 rocker with taunt and a 4/3 with rush. Finale, play your last riff. So you can get +2 attack and +2 armor again, or another one of these, and that's okay. But like, are you winning games with this? No, like, not at all. Like, I guess it's like a package you put into a Warrior deck to help keep you alive and draw some cards and remove some stuff, I guess. And it's like, you're supporting the buff Warrior stuff by only playing big greedy minions to get there, and then they're buffed. But man, these Warrior cards, to me, they just seem bad. And Warrior sucks right now. It's like by far the worst class for almost a year straight. And this is what we get? I don't know. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm giving it a 2 out of 5 in Standard, 1 out of 5. I'm giving them all 2s across the board in Standard, 1s across the board in Wild. We'll have more card reviews tomorrow morning. I believe 7 a.m. Pacific is, there'll be 2 more classes revealed and then nothing for the rest of the day. So we might have core set stuff tomorrow since we are supposed to get that this week. So stay tuned. We might have a lot to talk about tomorrow. Maybe not. We'll see how it plays out. But let me know what you guys are thinking about Warrior, because my God, what are they doing? Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.